So baseball family want to just jump into things right away and let you know that the Angels won. And it's
Finally.
amazing. Yeah.
And Brig,
Oh,
you
there's another one.
narrowly avoided a pie in the face.
It was really close for two
by
reasons.
a day. Yes. Why don't you tell them the other reason?
No, I won't.
Not
I
only the
wish
fact
I...
that the Angels won the night before, they lost the day that you said that they were going to lose and wagered the pie in the face, and then they won the next day. However, there was some discussion, Brig, that Brig thought that it was Saturday, so he was gearing up. He's getting ready, and me being sick and not in a good mental state stopped him from hitting himself in the face of the pie.
I said, now what day did I say? Because I'm pretty sure I got to get a pie in the face, right? And he's like, no. he waved it. He called off the sign.
Yeah, I shouldn't have wiped it. I should just let it go. And then once it happened, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, no, that was Friday. We specifically talked about that. But
whoops. So we almost had pie in the face content that would have been erroneous and hilarious all at the same time.
Next time,
you're welcome.
Regardless, I will not stop him. I promise you, just for the sake of the content.
But they did take 1 out of 3 against the Mets, which was not bad. And Jared Walsh hit for the cycle on Saturday night. That was amazing.
That is. I love when people hit the cycle.
Unis.
In the city. I wonder if they're going to wear those at home the rest of the season because they played well in those this weekend.
You have to. I mean,
I think so too.
You don't mess with it.
Yeah.
And as desperate as they are, I think you can't mess with it. And this is how desperate they are. Joe Maddon shaved his head into a mohawk, right? He cut his hair into a mohawk. He thought that would lighten things up in the clubhouse. It would make things a little easier on everybody and just kind of break the funk that they got going on. And before he was able to reveal it to the world, he was fired.
So as soon as I heard this, I had the vision of the guy coming into the office and he's got the balloons and the pizza and the cake for a big office party. He gets to the door and they're like, oh, that's next week. It's like, what? But I brought it all. No, we're going to need you to take that because we're not going to have that today. So go ahead and take it and leave. Okay. Could you imagine him just him pulling up to the stadium ready to go through film and everything, get ready, put together the lineup for the day, and he's got this mohawk hidden underneath his Angels hat.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
Do you think that he showed up, or do you think they called him before he got
I think they
there?
probably called him. I think you're more right as far as
I hope so, because that would have been.
I bet they called him.
That would be.
But at the same time, though, is that something you do over the phone when you're in town, though?
No, you call him in.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Because I remember I remember several years ago with the Trailblazers, Nate McMillan got fired as the team was getting on the bus to leave town.
Jeez.
Nate McMillan was getting on the bus and they fired him and said, "There's a plane waiting for you. Take a cab because this is pre-Uber. Take a cab and go to the airport because you're not coming with us to the next town."
Whoa.
So I do think that since they were at home, I think they called him in. But yeah, at the same time though, he's coming in just another day in the office, and then shows up and it's canned and nobody got to see that beautiful mohawk of his.
It's so sad. I needed that in my life. I did not know that Mad
Dog.
Well,
and we may never get to see it.
Right.
We may never get to see it because what's the point now? Unless he gets on Twitter or something, which I doubt because he still uses a typewriter that, and posts a picture or something, but
no, he won't do that. So is he going to get picked up? That's the next question. Is he going to pull a Snitker and go be a bench coach or a third base coach somewhere?
I think just because he is a lifer, he'd be willing to go be a bench coach somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I don't know who has a need for a bench coach these days, and I don't know if maybe next year when the Phillies when they bring in their new coaching staff, I don't see him being a manager next year. But if whoever it is brings him in and says, "Hey, you can be part of my coaching staff," because I do think that after the way things ended in Chicago and now things have ended in Anaheim, I don't think anybody's going to hire him as a manager. He's going to have to take a step down, kind of like I know Don Wakamatsu has done that. He hasn't been a manager since he was in Seattle, and I think Bob Melvin did that for a year or two after Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some guys like, what's his name? The infield coach for the Braves, Ron Washington. Like, he hasn't had a managerial position since Texas, but he's doing wonders for those guys in Atlanta.
Yep.
As an infield coach.
So I can see exactly what you're saying, but I also see him taking a year off, maybe 2. Not by choice, but out of necessity. Like, I can see his wife sitting him down or something and saying, "Look, man, like, let's just take a breather, regroup or whatever." And then he's going to start getting desperate phone calls like Buck Showalter did. Like, I think he's going to get that kind of treatment, and it's going to be after a brief stint away.
Yeah. So we won't see him for a couple of years, you think?
I don't think so. I don't know why, but I don't think so. I don't think he'll pick up a bench coach job and try and stay in the game.
I want to see Joe Maddon as a base coach, waving his arms at third base as a base coach.
It'd be awesome. It's not going to happen, but it would be awesome.
No, it's not, but that's what I want to see next.
You know what? If I were the Pioneer League, I'd call him.
I don't think the Pioneer League can afford him.
No, honestly. But as a special advisor, as some kind of like liaison or coordination guy or just idea guy or something. Because one thing we know about Maddon is that is a creative dude. Like, he is an outside the box thinker. He's a creative thinker. And I can see him being a benefit to a league like the Pioneer League or something like that. Independent League Baseball, something.
Yeah, he could. He really could. Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll do it.
That's the route that he goes next.
I don't know if anybody will call him, but if he wants to stay in baseball, I think there are a lot of opportunities for him.